Hello everyone and welcome back to the DreamHack Open Valencia, powered by FACEIT. We are gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Because...
predictions out the window.
Yeah, well, predictions are all done now. None of us can be successful at this juncture, I don't think. And Semele, you said that there's no way they can take Mirage. And
I'm as surprised as everybody else.
Yeah.
And I just talked to Shroud real quick, and he's like, dude, we haven't even ever played Mirage. I'm just like,
well, they played during the preseason.
Yeah,
but that's about it.
Right? Like, this is the thing. They just came in there, and it comes down to basically Fnatic, I don't think, having anything to go off of, not knowing what to expect, feeling the pressure, whereas Cloud9, they have a whole host of information they can go off of to plan for Fnatic on that map in particular. So basically, the mind of Sean Gares clicking away, managing to open things up. And also, there was a certain man with a gun.
What's his name
ran
again?
out of gum, you know?
Yeah, I can't remember who it is.
Skadonglers?
Yeah, something like that. Redonkulous. Yeah.
I think the key point there was Fnatic were their own worst enemy for the first 6 rounds or so. They kept force buying, and it was a perfect read from Sean Garrett's first gun round, right? They knew the force buy had happened. They did a really simple B rush, right? But the fact they knew there'd be no AWPs there, led the rush for the P90, and it was just such a great read, and it was to set the momentum for the rest of the round. Fnatic kept force buying round and round again, and Cloud9 locked them down, and it was just too little too late. By the time they adapted with the dual orb setup, it was too far gone, and they couldn't get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, though, for a team that didn't play a lot of Mirage, the executes, what they were doing on the T side was textbook, Robin.
Yeah, and one thing we don't see too often either is Fnatic getting outplayed, like outskilled, and that's what you saw throughout the whole map, which is actually shocking. So I don't know what's going on in there. Like, do they need to warm up a little bit? Maybe drink some Monster?
Well, we saw the same thing from TSM. their first map for TSM, right? They had that shaky start, and like, they took them a while to get into it, but it didn't seem like the same problem. It didn't seem like they were missing shots or anything like that. It just felt like they got completely outclassed on all sectors of the map. Skadoodle especially, once he got the AWP, right, he was just walking into positions. It wasn't a case of if he was going to get the frag, he was just when. Yeah. Every position he found an AWP. JW missing lots of key shots with the AWP as well, and that was really key. Skadoodle was definitely MVP, notably as well. Nothing and Shroud. Even when the odds were stacked against him, that 14th round was really pinnacle as well. It was like a 2-on-5 situation. All of a sudden, 5 kills come out of nowhere. It was just incredible play all round.
Yeah. So we're talking about all the things Cloud9 did right. I mean, what was it that was so bad about Fnatic, Semele? Because we did say they were mortal. We knew this wasn't polished vintage Fnatic, but Fnatic have always managed to find a way in best of threes and find a way against opposition that's technically weaker, which of course is everybody if they're the #1 team in the world. They always seem to find a way to just grind out a result, even when it's not pretty. But there, they were just all at sea. They just had nothing going on.
Well, it comes down to what we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, where we said that Freakazoid on Cloud9 is a big part of keeping that team together and making sure that they stay positive, that they maintain the positive mindset, that they keep focused on the game. And I feel like right now, based off of what we've seen over the last 3 days, that Fnatic right now, they're not in that state of mind. They're not in a killer, like, lasered in kind of focus. As soon as they hit a bump in the road, the whole car falls apart. They just start bickering all over the place, and that's not what's going to get you a win, especially when you have a rough start like what we saw in Mirage, where Sean Gares, the other team's callers, making the right calls, and Skadoodle is finding all these picks. These are the toughest conditions to play under. You have to be rock solid as a team to be able to come back from that. And Fnatic, there was a time when they were like that, and I don't think that's the team today. I think that right now there's way too much going on as far as just team play, I mean, basically interplayer drama that's leading to this kind of situation where they get rolled on a map they should never lose.
Well, they have to go on a train now, which of course is Cloud9's pick, and we know Cloud9 picked up some notable results on this. They can definitely play this map. They feel confident on it. That's why they're picking it against Fnatic. And Fnatic have had some close games on it. They have had some wins against notable opposition, but they don't look polished on it yet. They don't look like, they've really got that rhythm, that fluidity to their play on it. So what do we think is going to happen here? I mean,
for a start, they need to control their CT economy. That was the big problem there. Like, they need to make sure that doesn't get out of hand again. If they lose the pistol, I'm kind of recommending they don't do the force buy. The current condition of the players, I'd say go for the ecos. Make sure when the gun rounds start, you actually get the AWPs out and do the solid strat instead of having to force it out and trying to, like, on Mirage especially, the first reaction they did was their double palace push, which we saw against NIP yesterday, and Cloud9 were just ready for it. They had 2 guys up there ready to lock them down. So we know Cloud9 have watched everything they're doing, right? So they just need to be wary of that, make sure they play a solid CT economy game and don't get locked down like that again. Like, they can still get back into this. It's a best of 3, but lessons need to be learned.
Robin?
Well, for Fnatic on their T side especially, the one guy that always circulates around is Olofmeister. Saw yesterday versus NIP, dropping massive bombs, right? And that's something that I've been pinpointing before, is that if you let Olofmeister do whatever he wants on this map, he likes to go out T-connector, go for those picks, right? If Cloud9 lets him do that, he's gonna go off, and then you never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, sure, they were looking very shaky. It was map 1. Same with TSM, and you saw how they got back into the game, right? So I'm not too worried yet for Fnatic, but it was looking very shaky.
But that's the thing. If the first thing that comes to mind when you go into a map like Train is Olofmeister, it's like Cobblestone, right? How he used to sneak out on B Plateau, and he was this unstoppable force, but then everybody kind of figured out how to do it, either for themselves or how to shut him down. This feels like the same kind of scenario where Sean Gares, if they're doing their homework, and they will have done their homework on Fnatic, if they're looking at a map like Train, they're like, well, what's the big thing that we need to just be worried about? Olaf.
Well, exactly, and right? then you have to look at other things like, so what else does Fnatic have on that map, right? Yeah. They do have the smoke rounds that they like to work with, but when that doesn't work, when Olofmeister is not getting the picks, you are in trouble, and then you're gonna have to rely on your seat to side.
And then we got this, the JW question coming into it as well. I mean,
where's JW?
That's what I mean. He's been missing so far this tournament. It's got to be said. I mean, he's had one notably bad performance, but what he's also had is a bunch of decidedly average ones. That's not JW. That's not what he's about, man. He's a spectacular player on his day. And the crazy thing is, just prior to this tournament, he was in such a good run of form, like just was wrecking everybody. So I don't understand what's happened between then and now.
His adrenaline dump.
He's lost his confidence by the looks of it. Like, he's not doing the same audacious plays and getting away with them. When he's on his top form, he can push through smokes and just surprise the enemies. And now he's not in that like sensational 100% strategic position. He's just kind of having to hold back. And that was the whole JW factor, being unpredictable and explosive. And we just haven't seen that at all.
There's the boys from Kingwin, managed to spend some time in the crowd. I'm sure they're not overly happy about that. Makalele there, Bill, my boy Bill, telling me be careful what you say now.
Where's Scream?
Where's
Scream?
They were one of the real surprises here.
Absolutely, that's actually two stories. I mean, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Cloud9 have still got a second map to win, but already what we can take away from this tournament is that Kingwin are a threat.
Yeah.
And some teams learned that this weekend, and I think a lot of us actually got to experience that. It was a real pleasure to watch them play. So we're all going to be keeping an eye on them. But as far as Cloud9 are concerned, if Skadoodle, like to me right now, you hit that deadly trio. It's if Shroud and Skadoodle right there, the point man, if they keep hitting at this level, if they hit this hard on Train.
Well, so let's remember though, that was Fnatic's pick, right? This is going into Cloud9's pick now. Yeah. So that's like, they've obviously done their homework on this map. They want to play this. So yesterday, the key factor for Fnatic on Train was Olofmeister getting 39 frags.
All and they narrowly won.
Yeah, all you need to do now is they've watched him, they know he's the X factor on their map. You counter what he's doing, take him out of the equation, and then this should be quite a simple victory for Cloud9 if they can keep up that sort of enthusiasm and that aggressive play.
Well, if they can keep up the focus.
Yeah, you've anticipated, I like that, it's very subtle. You anticipated my next question. So guys, I'm going to ask you just before we go to the casters quickly, are we going to see the unthinkable? Are we going to see a 2-0 here for Cloud9 in the finals against TSM?
I really don't think that Fnatic wants to go out like this. So yeah, they might have been shaken up on Mirage, their own map pick, but I think we're at least going to see a run for our money here.
Okay.
I could still see 2-1. I can still see an incredible performance from Olofmeister, that makes it happen, right? Or a JW that comes back to life. There's so many X factors on Fnatic. Olofmeister is the point man, but Crims, JW, any of these guys comes alive, Fnatic are still a very real threat. But if it goes to Dust 2, I still see Cloud9 coming through. So I could put Fnatic taking this.
I can't say I share those sentiments. I think that judging by that performance, I think it's over. And Cloud9 going to be way too prepared here. The Mirage performance going to rattle them too much. They're going to be thinking, they know what we're doing. We need to adapt to it, and they just won't be able to play their own game. It's going to be 2-0. I'm pretty confident of that.
Okay, then we'll find out who's right very shortly. What we're going to do now is we're going to throw over to our casters, the FACEIT boys. It's DDK, James Bardolph, and Threat. Take it away.
All right, guys. So Henry G, he thinks it's going to be. He thinks it's over. What do you guys think?
I think he might have points. Now, what I was alluding to earlier is Cloud9 multiple times have been boot camping in our offices. So the last time they were here, I sat behind them and watched them for about 2 hours. And they have some, on the T side of this map, they have some serious executes, which I'm pretty sure you haven't seen anywhere just yet. I'm not going to say exactly where they are. at both the A site and the B site, but the stuff they have, the B site, is absurd. Like, technically speaking, it gives the CT side very, very few options. I'm talking like, okay, you can do this, or you can do this. Outside of that, everything is super high risk.
Interesting.
I'm hoping to see it today because it will be awesome if it goes down.
Yeah, now you're making me super excited to see this match. I really want to see good executes on train. I think we've only so far seen the basic wall of smokes on yard, on towards that A site. That's the only thing we've seen from teams. Maybe a fake edition of that round. But rarely have we seen a wall of smokes on the inner bomb site. And I haven't seen the strat, but I hope it involves Molotovs as well.
It's absurd. Like Sean explained it to me. It's like, we do this, 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 and then they can't do this, or this, or this, or this, or this, and like just a massive checklist, or this. And I was like, holy crap. But you got to see it in action as well, especially a team like Fnatic. Again, they're you put a smoke down, doesn't really matter to them.
You're building so much anticipation now, so we just want them to just lose a knife, start T side, let's go. And we'll see them start on CT, so we have to wait a little bit longer.
Zing.
Thank you very much, Jace.
Zing.
All right, we're into this one now, guys. Map number 2, Cloud9. They win train. It's a quick 2-0 against Fnatic. That would be unthinkable for the Swedes. Let's see if they can hold on here and start off well on their T side. We already get a quick push through Ali. Maybe they'll go for the B split here. This could be very interesting through CT spawn. Perhaps indeed they're going straight through CT spawn. This is such a classic pistol round from the T side, and so far it's panning out. Fnatic picking up multiple frags. It is just 3 now left for the Americans as they try to. Oh my goodness! JW pulls out the knife. This guy finds the knife frag somehow, but nothing comes in the back with a quick double. Wonderful stuff. 2 versus 2 now as Cloud9 try to just take stock of the situation, and nothing's got no HP left. He's dead, and that's going to be the round. Amazing stuff there from Fnatic.
It was so crucial for Flusha to get that kill over Pop Dog. They had 3 guys in CD spawn. Flusha had the bomb over the Pop ladder, and he wins the aim duel. If he goes down there, the round is over.
Oh no.
Cold-blooded.
All right, I have to say JW is one of the players that somehow makes more knife frags. We've probably got the most knife frags than out of everyone in professional matches. But anyway, we're into a force-up here from Cloud9 on the CT side. We see 2 scouts featured in this force buy, and a lot of Galils here for Fnatic. So they are looking to just play it safe, play against any aggression early in the round. So far there is none from Cloud9.
Yep, Fnatic will wait for any aggression. Time's still on their side for now, but again, they're not going to want to wait too long.
Oh, 3 members on B though for Cloud9 here. This could be interesting.
Indeed, maybe they have a read on what Fnatic may be aiming for here. Wouldn't surprise me with that chunky notepad of Sean Grills. And JW will find the first frag though, onto the man himself. Gonna get that smoke down towards the connector area as they start to push the site. Freakazoid though on the bomb train itself. That's 2 frags for Cloud9. The bomb's on the floor now, and Olafmeister's heavily tagged. There's only 2 plays left. There's still 2 scouts in play. This is gonna get nasty.
This is crazy. The bomb is down on the B bomb site at the moment. Cloud9 trying to assess where the last 2 players are, but with those scouts, they actually have potentially amazing engagements. They can even go forwards here and pick up some guns if they choose to do so, but see, nothing still holding onto the scout schedule at the back as well. Looking for players coming from connector, but it's nothing. He's picked up the AK. He's going to go in. Pronax, he might see a shoulder press. Go for the peek. He's going to go down. Nothing gets the frag, and now it's just Olafmeister who's left. He's got no HP. He's got no time, and there's 2 members for Cloud9 who are still there alive to play this one out, and this should never happen for Fnatic now. And oh my god, what on earth was that? They bait them into the B push with that push from Sean.
But that made no sense from Fnatic. They went on the anti-force buy on the second round. They walked down low ramp with 2 people with the bomb. They had 1 guy going high ramp. The 2 other players, Pronax was in alley on an anti-force buy, and they had the bomb. You just should go together. Maybe you can leave 1 lurker. That made no sense whatsoever from Fnatic. It just looks, I don't know. I've never seen Pronax made a bad call like that before.
Well, you might not have a chance to make a call for this round because the pop blast has come in. That's going to be 2 kills for Sean Gez. He's going to move away with low HP, and Freakazoid will hold the angle, find the bomb as well. This should be a fast one. We'll see if Fnatic can get any consolation frags with their remaining players. Only Glocks remaining, only JW remaining with 8 HP, and there he goes. So a fast round, a clean round here for Cloud9.
Now, we've had upsets in this tournament, but the way that Fnatic lost that round, it doesn't bode well for the future of this train game. A Fnatic losing their mentality a little bit here.
Yeah, I have to go back to that Antica round where they just played it so horribly wrong in an obvious way. Going 3 people with the bomb, no wait for them to refrag, giving Cloud9 the bomb on that inner side with the scouts. I don't know what's happening here for Fnatic.
Double MP7 coming out for Cloud9. They are looking to make some change. A few incendiaries as well, which may help later on. Fnatic split up at the moment.
Yeah, Cloud9 are playing really aggressively deep into Yard here. You see loads of players around Pop Dog, and Fnatic actually going for the alley push. This is very bizarre. Of course, loads of grenades from Fnatic there. They threw them out onto the A bomb site, and this is quite an unusual situation for the engagements, but Cloud9 still has such an advantage. There's even players without Kevlar here, but Cloud9 still having a bit of a hard time here. Maybe Fnatic can pull out a few more frags for the damage. 3-on-3 now for Fnatic as they try to get this bomb planted. A minute left on the clock as well.
Yep, so the CT's got somebody in connector. Pronax has gone down. That means the bomb plant is not going to happen for now. Damage will be done to the Cloud9 side, but they'll survive with 2 players and take the round, which is obviously going to be most important. AWP saved there for Skadoodle by Shroud.
Good eco round though from Fnatic, getting 3 kills. Skadoodle getting stuck there in the tower, but still Fnatic is able to put some pressure here on Cloud9's economy if they win this round.
Double orbs here for the Cloud9 side. Nothing going to be on the second one. We'll have to see what angle he will be holding. Skadoodle going for the early connector peek. He can get there faster down the T's towards team A. But, and there we go. He's going to find the frag straight in the face of JW. Their AWP leaves the building. Nothing holding down the Ivy area, or at least trying to. Got 2 T's to contend with. They're going to get a nice damage in there with that nade over the structure. Still a man advantage for Cloud9. Nobody down at the moment. And Fnatic, time on their side. But again, the aggression continues here from Cloud9. They are looking for the information. Freakazoid pushing through team main, and the rest of his team may reposition somewhat.
This is very interesting right now. We have Crims looking for an opening from Pop Dog, and Fnatic with 2 members in alley as well. So if there is a forward play here, Crims, oh, he gets the kill onto Sean Guess as well. What a shot! And now it's back to a 4-on-4. And Fnatic, they're still using the time that they have. The bomb is actually dropped at the moment as well, so still trying to buy their options, but they've got 2 players in the A bomb site now. And Cloud9, they're a little bit spread out. And we'll have a player moving in from CT to try to help things out, but Fnatic's positioning here might be very strong. Skadoodle misses the shot. He only had 1 chance, and Pronax drops him straight away. And now Fnatic in a very good position to win this round. 30 seconds left to plant that bomb now. They'll spot 1 player in the back. It's going to be Freakazoid. He picks up the kill onto Crims. That is going to put heavy pressure. Flusher has to look behind thanks to Freakazoid, and Shroud is going to take advantage. But trays after trays is going to leave nothing alone with an AWP. The bomb will go down here for Fnatic. Can nothing bring out the clutch play? Oh my goodness, this is so awkward, and it's going to be Olaf who will pick up the frag. Fnatic back into this one.
Yeah, especially considering Cloud9 will probably eco now. They can buy, but it's going to be a weak buy. And this entry frag from Crims, Jesus Christ.
You can see Sean's shadow before he saw the player, which made it just that little bit easier, but he made it work. Great observation.
Oh, I was actually wrong. They had more money than I thought. We see 1 CZ though, and 1 Famas on Sean Garrett and nothing, so not the strongest buy.
Okay, so Skadoodle with the fast peek, but JW with the parkour. Parkour with guns. He'll find the early frag. Cloud9 at an early disadvantage. Again, Freakazoid's position was so important last round, going for the push into team main, but this time he'll look the wrong way. Distraction made from Pop Dog, and JW finds a second frag.
A big risk there from Freak being so far up, but he wanted to try to even the playing fields. Instead, it's going to get worse and worse. But what is this? Nothing gets a double with the AWP, and Fnatic down to the even playing field once again. Olaf, oh my goodness, he looked like he had that one, but Shroud comes in with a magnificent frag. And now it's a 2-on-1, the in-game leader here, Pronax. He is rushing back to that B bomb site, straight up Pop Dog, straight into B. But here's Shroud, he's going to run straight into him, and there is the spot, and nothing is going to whiff the shot. He's going to pull out the orb. Oh my goodness, misses the second shot. It's so close, just dodging about the ladders. This is absolute madness here. And we have, of course, a bit of time left for Pronax to try to play this, but it is very difficult. Using that ladder to try to make nothing whiff a shot. He needs a moment to get onto the site. He's going to make it happen. And he goes for the plant, but nothing's going in close right now. There is the flash. Bomb is down. Oh, he gets the shot, nothing. He's going to save the round there for Cloud9. Brilliantly done. That double that he made is phenomenal.
That was the most awkward aim duel I ever seen when they were jumping up and down the ladder there on that inner train, and just an amazing run for nothing, getting 3 kills. if Fnatic would have won that round, it would have meant that Cloud9 would have ecoed, which would have meant that Fnatic would have gone to the lead as T on train with 4-3.
Fnatic had the coffin closed there, but risen from the dead. Will Cloud9 be nothing with a magnificent clutch for his team, and again, winning an elongated, absurd 1v1 as well, up and down ladders. 4-2, 2-round advantage now for Cloud9 as Fnatic are forced onto the eco. Bit of Kevlar onto Crims, but there's not much else going on for the Swedish side at the moment. Question is, can they get the bomb down? The rest of the team are into the B bomb site. There are going to be many distractions to try to deal with, and he will not find any frags. Skudel coming in, taking down Olaf Meister, and there it is, the bomb plant. That's $4,000 for Fnatic in the next round. Now the question is, how much more damage can they do?
Yeah, and we'll see actually an aggressive frag there from Flusher, but this should be fine here. Cloud9 spilling out a connector, the TE side, they couldn't push it fast enough, and it will just be about the money, about the damage. And Fnatic, they've done a good job. They've done what they set out to do in this round, and I think they'll be happy with this one.
Yeah, decent eco, getting 2 kills and that plant. So no worries here for Fnatic. And they should go back to their slow-paced style towards the yard. They usually get all the entry kills, and it's just a very, very strong round for Fnatic. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just try to go for that again. The only reason they lost the last one was the double from nothing.
I still can't believe it. Fnatic had that round. They had it in the bag. All they had to do was like tie it and loop in the end and just, just tie it up. But nothing unraveled the entire play.
The candy was snatched, Dan.
It was snatched.
Taken away, and it was eaten without chewing. Skadoodle on AWP, the only one for this round as Fnatic are on 5 AKs. Full nades for the Swedish side. 3-round disadvantage for now. Skadoodle going to be full blind. See if he's brave enough to go for the angle again. Nothing. And a teammate, Freakazoid, heavily. They really... Team main is quite clearly key here for Cloud9 to control, to limit the options, but they're not going to do it yet. Pronax with 2 frags, Skadoodle and Nothing going to combine to get 2 of their own, but a duel will be lost. Pronax finding the frag onto Nothing.
Oh, Skadoodle trying to hit the legs there. He's going to just whip, but it's precious. Right now, these frags going either way. It's getting so close, and Shroud, he's going to bounce things back in favor of Cloud9 once again, but here it is. Back to the one-on-ones, and this is ridiculous right now. So much damage has been done by Pronax.
Pronax has gotten 4 kills, so he will get the ace if he wins this round.
There you go, Shroud is trying to play this carefully from CT Sky, trying to spot out where Pronax is going to be, but he is playing it so as well. It's so hard to predict where these players will emerge from in this outer bomb site. Pronax wrapping around the bomb train. Pronax looking to find his opposition right now. Shroud just chilling by connector, waiting for the plant, and he's going to find Pronax. So hard for Pronax, that situation. Very well played by Shroud. I mean, Pronax has really been stepping it up. He's been in multiple clutch situations, but Fnatic always seem to be, well, let's say Cloud9 are just so hot right now. Every single player can just erupt at any given moment.
Yeah, the problem for Fnatic there was they got 2 entry kills, and then they just forced themselves towards the yard area. They could have just fallen back and just played it safe, play the numbers. Because the rotations are so fast on this map, it's not always a good idea to just try to go for the picks after you get that man advantage.
Looks like the objective is to plant once again. Pronax with 2 flashes and a smoke. However, aggressive positioning from Sean Gez will find the information. There's the bomb. Pronax will trade, but that will allow his teammates to reposition. That bomb plant's going to get harder and harder to find. Olaf coming in with a flank, gets 1 frag, traded by Freakazoid. 2 players down for Cloud9. And they're going to have to spread out a bit thin because of that flank from Olaf Meister. That might allow the plant to come in from Pronax.
JW is over at the bomb train now, seeing what he can get done, if he can cause any shenanigans, distract for his teammate to be able to do something. But he actually picks up the M4 as well, and he's going to be able to hold down connector. So potentially we'll see a plant coming in for Fnatic. And
they're going for a round win now.
At that.
Indeed. They've got good control of the choke point. Pronax is actually baiting them. So like, come look at me. And indeed, they will look at him, and JW will come in from behind, but he won't find the frag. Pronax coming in to make it happen. Skadoodle with a pistol will find 2 frags, and there was a great opportunity for Fnatic, but it was just shut out there.
JW needed the instant kill there. Had he made that happen, that round could very well have been won, but looks like Fnatic are definitely feeling the pressure at the moment.
And the weird thing is, these rounds are still working for Fnatic. They should keep pressuring the yard area, because they're getting in to good positions where they get the bomb down, they get to that after plant, and you can't ask for more when you're playing the T side on train.
5-round lead for Cloud9 on the CT side. So far, so good, they will say. All points are both sides now. JW and Skadoodle have been trading over towards Team Main and Connector. This time JW is going over towards the B bomb site, going for the straight pick there, and he finds the entry onto Shroud. No messing around. He's going to move elsewhere as his team look to cause yet more shenanigans. This may cause a rotation from Cloud9. Indeed, Skadoodle's gone to find JW. He's gone to Pop Dog, while we've got in-game leader onto in-game leader. Skadoodle will take down Olofmeister, but the push will continue onto the B bomb site with all the Ts.
And they can barely even get the bomb down at this point. Getting the bomb down with 2 players left with Skadoodle just at your throat. This is so horrible here for Fnatic. Skadoodle won't stop. He won't stop. He gets 3 in a row there with the AWP. And that, again, it's just outclassed.
And when you're playing versus an AWPer that's playing that well, it's almost impossible to push that inner site unless you have a really good nade execution where you can just deny those peaks. Because you're not going to win the afterplant. He can just stand there defensive. You can never defend the bomb from those positions. So great play there from Skadoodle, and I really want Fnatic to go back towards the yard area here.
This was a really nice shot so fast. Just a little adjustment there, and you are dead, son. So double AWPs now coming out for the T side. If one wasn't enough, then let's just bring out more, see if it works. You can see them holding angles towards common peaks, up the ladders. Again, Freakazoid with that aggression, and Cloud9 are going to try and clear out the area with those Molotovs, with those HEs. Pronax will find the first frag regardless, and nothing cannot escape. Early disadvantage here for Cloud9.
Yeah, Cloud9 looking to try to save this. Skadoodle's in place. You never know what's going to happen right now. It's so hard to call. He's here very close behind the electric box, behind the smokes. So this is a very outrageous position, something you would definitely expect that JW would thrive in as well as Skadoodle can. But Fnatic will slow the round down a little bit.
They've lost 2 players elsewhere. Shroud's been getting to work. They're back to a 3-on-3 now. But still advantage Fnatic as Cloud9 have 2 sites to hold, and this is a very tricky map. Lots of little corners indeed where anybody can appear.
Here we go, 2 AWPs in play for Cloud9, and with no smokes, well, just 1 smoke left on JW. That could really help them out. We'll see Skadoodle looking for the first angle. Oh, straight away, Pronax finds the headshot on Skadoodle. That is absolutely key. JW comes into play as well. And Shroud, he is going to get taken out by a nade as well. So beautiful cleanup there by Fnatic. And they will pick up another round, but still, it's a very nice half from Cloud9.
It was nice that Fnatic manages to win that round in the end. However, they got 2 entry kills this round as well. And then after that, 2 players just pushes and they make it a 3v3 again. After they get those 2 entry kills, they should just try to fall back and make a good decision, because you just want to play that man advantage, not give it away.
Right, well, here's another opportunity for them to do so. Sean Gare's limited to just a 5-7, so the economic turmoil starting to rise. And again, Cloud9 are just not giving up this team main area. They know that it's key for them to control Fnatic. One flash is coming in. This time it's a self-flash from Pronax, but he can't find the frag, looking in the completely wrong direction. Freakazoid finding the frag. Crim's going to take down Freakazoid. He's unable to escape the area. So it's down to a 4 versus 4, though Crims took a lot of damage in that exchange.
Yeah, we can see, the aggression from Cloud9 on Yard is actually crazy. We saw so much of this as well previously with TSM playing people very forward in Yard. Cloud9 are doing it very well against Fnatic, taking those early engagements. And now Fnatic, they're pressured in every T round, it would seem, as we are in a 4-on-4. But yep, Sean Guest does have just that 5-7. Shroud's hit, able to smoke off the inner area. And there's a double of smoke up high as well. So Fnatic back through Pop Dog it is. Let's see if they can pick up an early frag, but nothing's in place. He goes down straight away.
Again, that was a massive position. They know the key to that. Makes it hard to pull on the A side, but these frags coming in 1 by 1 here for Fnatic. Sean Gares with what could be a consolation. Shroud with a flank. This could change everything now. There's lots of time on the clock, but there's no kit on these CCs. Just Sean now versus 2. And he's got to dance around the trains. He does have a flank unbeknownst to him. And they will both continue to dance. Angle versus angle. Sean will just about miss as the rotation comes in through the smoke. This is becoming desperate now for Sean Gares. Bomb's completely exposed. 10-second defuse is the best he can offer at the moment. And peaks will not come in for Fnatic as they don't believe it's coming. Sean Gare's going to try and escape, and he will not be able to do so. Crim's finding the frag. And that will be Cloud9 in an even worse position.
And thanks to Fnatic getting all those kills in the previous rounds without winning, it means they are actually going to force Cloud9 to an eco here. So Fnatic is actually looking to get at least 5 rounds on the board on this T side, which is decent.
Yeah, it's definitely looking much better, or potentially a lot better for them. So let's see if they can string together the momentum, as we do see the full eco pretty much from Cloud9. We have a few pistols bought and a single HG for Shroud. He will toss that in very, very soon at the start. But here we go. Fnatic starting to pick up the early kills. Olofmeister onto Sean Gares. And Fnatic are looking to play this slowly and steadily. Hopefully we'll see a very good anti-eco here. And indeed, they're playing together. They're cleaning out the sites from multiple angles at once. Just nothing to pick up a frag onto Olof. That will be an AK for him, but it's not the armor to really use with it. So this looks okay, but Shroud comes in with the P250, picks up a quick kill. So 2 players will actually die there for Fnatic, but they are going to be fine.
Well, how many rounds can they get? Not many to fight for in this first half, and again, we await what Cloud9 have to offer in the second. Again, this is quite dramatically different from what they've previously done on Train. Again, so much priority given to that team main area, just trying to close down one of the big options for Fnatic. Let's see. They're going to be on the buy once again. AWP coming out, and there are fast movements here from Fnatic over towards B bomb site, maybe looking for an early frag. The flash is going to come in, but he's going to miss the shot. Not on point today is JW. More of a spoon than a knife at the moment. And they'll have a 2-man disadvantage here. Sean Gez is going to go down to Pronax. But Cloud9 looking okay for the time being. Still lots of time for Fnatic to do something else, but nothing going to fly in like the Delta Force and take down Flusher.
This is looking really, really bad right now for Fnatic. Cloud9 4 against just the 1. And it's going to be Crims. As you said, it's so far the individual plays that Fnatic so often rely on are just getting either shut down or they're just getting the opportunity, but they're not able to capitalize.
Yeah, great team play there for Fnatic, getting control of that inner corridor early in the round, going for the pop flash to check if someone is aggressive higher. He was aggressive higher, he got flashed, but JW just missing the shot.
Not much you can do when you can't hit the shots, and we'll have to see if Fnatic can pull out the 6th round to make things a little bit better. 9-6 is definitely not too bad. But Cloud9 are up to their usual shenanigans, playing multiple players on inner at the start of the round here.
Indeed, this is a complete change. Before, you had Freakazoid pushing team main. This time, they're going to go for a rush towards B. Looking for an early engagement, trying to catch Fnatic unawares. There'll be an exchange, but, well, Flusher will be leaving the building for this half. But other than that, there are still options available to Fnatic, but they've got to be careful. Skadoodle coming in to take down Pronax, who's been finding Sean Gez a lot of the time, but this time Skadoodle will save the bacon, so to speak. Olaf Meister, Crims, and JW remain versus a full C9 squad. Still have a number of nades in the bag, including that Molotov onto Shroud.
That's off angle right at the end there for Olaf Meister. Could be very problematic. Shroud, he's in a committed spot here, but they might not check his angle first. Oh, the peak is perfect! He gets the double on the spray down, and now Shroud can fall back. Not safely. I mean, he did lose a lot of health there. He's going to go back again. He gets the last kill. Shroud, that's outrageous! And that is a Fnatic completely shut down. Such strong plays, but still, Fnatic did get a fair chunk of rounds here on their T side. So that, you know, they have to be. I mean, how do you think they're feeling right now, Bjorn?
By the look of their faces, they're not happy at all. Even though they got 5 rounds, it just means the pistol round will be so crucial. If they lose that CD pistol, it means Cloud9 is looking to go to 13-5 if they manage to win the force buy from Fnatic. So Fnatic is in a lot of trouble. However, if they win the pistol round, manage to build up a bank, they can still make the comeback.
Fnatic only lost, if I'm not mistaken, 1 match in the FACEIT League against Titan.
On Cash.
Other than that, they destroyed everyone.
Yep.
They are not used to being in this position. They will not feel like they deserve this position. They've earned their dominance in their eyes, and they need to keep a focus on that as they come into the second half with a deficit.
It's like the way that they've gotten into this position as well. That's what's, I think, so unusual. Is that usually they just express their dominance, they have a lot of liberty, but Cloud9 are just... Some of the rounds that they've won just through sheer clutch power, it seems to have put a bit of a dampener on the usual big performers for Fnatic. We're not seeing... I don't think we've seen much of Olaf Meister's POV at all, for example. And JW as well has seen him whipping a few very key shots. In fact, it's been Pronax who's actually been fragging, I think, mostly.
Pronax has been...
He's been playing really well.
He's been killing, like, in-game leader has been killing in-game leader almost every round.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funky. But, you know, if you look at previous performances on Train, like, not only in this tournament, but elsewhere, Olaf is a man who, on the T side, just likes to walk out of team main. But if you bear that in mind, one of the strongest things for Fnatic is Olaf Meister just walking out of team main. But look at the control that Cloud9 had over team main. It was just constant aggression every single round. So they completely removed that from the map. Here we go. Cloud9 on the pistol now. With Fnatic's turn to defend. That's going to be a nice pop flash, but it's only going to get his teammates as nothing was well positioned. There was a smoke, so that place will be shut up for now. And you can see the rest of the players for Cloud9 heading over towards the B-bomb site for now, with one person just standing by Pop Dog, now starting to move as well, as Nothing tries to push all the way through CT spawn. He's going to finally get fragged by JW, but it's going to be a long rotation here for the CTs.
They will get the bomb planted, but it's a 3-on-5 now. Fnatic moving very quickly out of the connector, so Nothing maybe not doing enough damage towards Ali. That's 4 players left alive here. Great stuff from Fnatic as Shroud is looking to go for the clutch. He should get a free one here, but oh my goodness, Fnatic turns around, he's like, no! But that's enough of that. And Fnatic spring back into the second half with a good start.
It's going to be really interesting to see if Cloud9 decides to go for either the full eco into the AK buy on the 3rd round, or if they decide to go for the Tech 9 smoke execute round. And as James said before the game, we should see some cool executes, but they're going to go for
shenanigans.
James, you're going to have to, as soon as you spot the right amount of grenades and stuff, you're going to have to just jump in there.
Oh, I'm going to rip your headset off, mate, if you're talking. It's my time.
Nice. All right, well, we have the small investment here from Cloud9.
Oh, Flush has had his bell rung immediately, and he's going to have to get the hell out of Dodge, because he's not going to want the T side to pick up that P90. That would be a less than ideal situation, to say the least.
There's actually not a lot of grenades here for Fnatic, so I mean, one of the problems with getting the bomb down on B is the fact that you can't really move in very many places. The grenades just wreck you, but there aren't many grenades here. And, well, Olaf Meister's going to be up close and personal. JW is going to shoot him in the back of the head, and that is not very neighborly of him. However, it's down to Shroud now. He's making multiple kills with the Deagles. That's some good damage there. They got the bomb down as well. So I'm curious, are we going to see some of these secret strats straight away, or are they going to save a few of them for later into the round with the full buys?
And an awesome eco there from Cloud9. They're a team that they can buy a few nades, a few pistols, and they almost always get the plant and 2 or 3 kills. And that's so crucial, especially on a map like Train, where you, in this position, if you win this next weapon round, you're going to force the CTs to at least 1 eco. And that's 1 extra round on the T side.
That dink onto Flusher was really, really key, because obviously that's going to be a powerful position for him to hold with the P90, but with less than 10 HP, he was forced early on to get out of there. Skadongler's on the AWP straight away here on the T side. But we'll see if he can find himself any frags. Buys for both teams now. See what carnage will ensue. Still 4 nades on the Cloud9 side, so they have options available to them. Nothing's going to be the lurker. Is he going to see JW? How big are his feet? They're big enough for Nothing to find the frag. Through the corner of the smoke there. Skadiddle has gone down to Crims elsewhere. C9 is still spread out at the moment. Again, Nothing still causing some shenanigans, but needs to be careful because Pronax could get an angle on him. Olaf Meister going down. Nothing just causing absolute havoc towards Ivy, turning it into a 3 versus 3 following Pronax's frag.
Nothing's play there so key. That's given Cloud9 so much positioning, but oh, the cover from Shroud is perfect. Crims not able to do anything there, and now it's Freakazoid in. And this is a hard situation for Flusher. We've got T's all over the outer bomb site, and he's there in alley. I think his position is more or less understood, or perhaps not, as he does take Sean Gers down, and they may not see him still, as he was quite far away when he made that frag. There's a flash over the top here. Flusher, he has to move at pace, but he realizes that. He gives the respect as well to Shroud and Freakazoid, but the thing that I'm questioning is how Nothing got up there.
This map, Dan, has more angles than a protractor, and Cloud9 seem to know them better than Fnatic at the moment. That post-plant positioning was really, really good from the team to allow them to get those frags. Threat, say something intelligent.
I don't know, that was a really nice round. The weird thing about that round was Nothing's entry kill in alley.
Yeah.
Because it...
And then Olaf just got instantly killed after that as well from him.
Yeah, I don't know who threw that smoke. I guess it was Cloud9.
It was God. Maybe it wasn't.
But he clearly didn't know that it was a one-way smoke for Nothing's.
All right.
Well, Fnatic are going to be on, of course, the eco. Flusher just saved the M4, but Cloud9 they're just going to push straight into the B-bomb site. Fnatic going for a bit of an outer yard stack, and Skadidle is going to start working on them. So should be pretty easy here for Cloud9 to get the bomb down. Fnatic, they lose the rifle straight away, and good positions post-plant, so this should be an easy one for Cloud9.
And we still haven't seen that B execute, which you talked about, James.
Yes,
hey,
James.
If it's not necessary, why bother using it?
That's actually a good point.
If they take this map, then it's one more match to play, baby.
That's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point.
Indeed. I've been keeping an eye. I haven't seen it in a single match. They must have played Train at least maybe 6 times since then. I haven't seen it once.
And they are surely confident about getting into finals as well, even if they have to run through Fnatic. And with that start on map number 1, they may just decide to save it just like save it all for the battle against TSM if they get there.
I still think they have the all-in mindset at this point. And look at Fnatic. They have barely no money. They're actually going to go for the... No, they're going to buy, but it's going to be an extremely weak buy. Look at this, 20 frags on Pronax, 8 on Olfmeister.
That's so weird.
But that's credit to Cloud9 again.
Yes.
Olofmeister's place on the T side is T main, but Freakazoid made it his place. Now
Absolutely.
what? Now what?
Well, we will see the push into the A bomb site once again. Quick pace here by Cloud9, and the trays will already be alive. So Olofmeister picks up 1, but the fire, the flames will burn him down. And now it's a 3-on-3 as Fnatic are having to fall back out of the bomb site as their positioning is kind of awkward now. The T's have gotten so close, but Flusher, oh, nothing, straight over the top there. More parkour shenanigans, but this time instead of JW, it's nothing. And in again goes Pronax. He has had enough of this, but Shroud is in position. He's in place, and it's all on Crim's shoulders now to save this one. He doesn't have a kit either, so he needs to get his skates on as he moves forwards. And if Cloud9 play this correctly, then there should be no chance for Crims here. Here he goes up the ladder. He's going to spot 1, but this is so difficult. He's found a kit, actually. He can try to play with this, and there is perfectly done by Cloud9. They played that perfectly.
Yeah, an excellent round there, once again from Cloud9. And it all came down to that second duel for Pronax. If we would have gotten that second kill, they would have gotten into a 2 versus 1. Very crucial kill there from Shroud, killing Pronax on the flank. And now Fnatic is in a really awkward position with the economy. They're actually going to go for the eco here, which means Cloud9 is looking to go to 14-7.
But again, you have to give credit to Cloud9. If you saw the way they used the Molotovs on that position, when those smokes come down on the A side, you often see a CT on the bomb train in the middle, but there was a Molotov all over there. There was a Molotov just after as well. He had to force his way back into the connector area. Flusher getting the first frag. Oh, this is important now. Crim's finding a frag of his own. Flusher finding a second frag, and they could not be out of this yet. Interesting flank from Olofmeister will allow him to pick up an AWP. 3 players surviving. We'll see if they can all pick up some rifles.
Yeah, really nicely done there by Flusher. Just getting that first kill, slowing them down a little bit, causing the distraction. Olof comes in from the back. Really beautifully done. Yeah,
winning an eco like that might be what sparks the comeback here for Fnatic. They will have that up on JW. They will have a full set of nades. We see 5 smokes. A lot of HEs. This is going to be a great round for Fnatic.
Yeah, you can see they grabbed an AK again, and JW parkouring to the connector area. Obviously wanting to get that angle first. Flusher playing close once more. He's going to smoke himself off, and that's going to deny him information as well, as there are a number of hoodlums coming in his direction. We've got football yobbos with broken bottles. Looking to cause some havoc.
So Fnatic just playing reactively here. And I like how they're playing passively in the B site, because they know that the money's pretty bad and the tech is going to be really good. Just running straight in, so they'll try to eliminate that advantage and turn it into a strength for them. And it's exactly what they'll do. Olofmeister and Flusher working on these frags, and not even a single kill. So Fnatic starting to bring back some momentum. And now, maybe this would be a good time for Cloud9 to bring out one of these rounds you were talking about.
Indeed, but they exist on both A and B. We'll see.
It's like what you described could be absolutely anything at this point.
They could, Dan. They could go towards A or B. Time will tell. Freakazoid still limited though, only on the Tech9, but again, they've got the Molotovs. We've seen how important they've been on the T side, and it seems we have a running execute from Cloud9. We've got nades coming in all over the place, carpet bombs on the A side. Those are the Molotovs I'm talking about around the site, but Crims has found a new angle, and then the first 2 frags will go the way of the CT side. Only Sean Gears and nothing remaining. Being a bit of shock and awe here, as all these executes have meant not much life on these players either. Trying to dance around the flames being thrown by Fnatic, who now have man advantage. Make that 2. Olofmeister going to shoot Sean straight in the face, and that's going to be that. So again, they had a running execute coming out, maybe one that we've seen before. Last time had much more success, but Fnatic learning, adjusting.
The problem for Cloud9 is that they've given Fnatic such a big bank that they have a lot of nades to work with, and you could see the pre-nades from Fnatic and all the nades they can just throw at that yard rush, which did a lot of damage, and they flashed a few players, which forces them to go into awkward positions. So just Fnatic abusing the amount of nades they had that round.
Yeah, awesome stuff from them. I wonder if Cloud9 will actually highlight this and see whether or not they can maybe play a slower round. Do you think that would be more of a solution, getting a slower round in there? Because they can do the same sort of thing, but as you say, the pre-nades can be the issue. Maybe even they could bait out some of these pre-nades with kind of a fake.
Yeah, maybe they can do that B execute.
Yes, James.
Oh, will you guys stop, please? Just stop. And who's playing? Who is the phantom trumpeter? Somewhere in the DreamHack, hearing those bizarre noises. I don't know what the hell's going on. But we seem to have a short pause here. Well, the buys are coming in, so maybe the game is on pause. We will find out soon enough. So I do want to see it as well. I want to see it happen. I want to see it go down. By the way, actually, while we have a little break here, it's worth noting some players. When we have FACEIT finals around the world, we have these days on our platform where people who top the ladder get flown to the finals. So this time we had somebody from Europe, somebody from North America, flown over to sunny Valencia to see things up close and personal. VIP tickets. You can see Tyrone on the screen there. Probably met him earlier on. So for the next finals, for stage 3, make sure you keep an eye on our relevant outlets and find out when those times go down. Saw some cool guys. In Milan last year, we had a guy sitting on the stage watching the games. But here we go, back into the game. 3-round lead here for Cloud9. They're going to find themselves on the eco once again. They've got themselves 1 smoke and 3 flashes. So maybe they have a plan to try and get a bomb plant, try and get that bonus money. Heading over towards Ali. Bomb is going forward first at the moment, which means early info for Fnatic. Pronax coming in with a flashbang, and it will get some of the players. And he will hear all those guns rattling off and make he'll raise the alarm for his teammates. We've got a boost coming over the top though, but will Pronax find it in time? He's got teammates. Crim's coming in to get a number of frags. The bomb's on top of the structure here with only Sean remaining.
Wow, that was really well played by Pronax, actually. He's so smart, just holding off there. The second pop flash to delay. Wasn't for him to peek, it's just to stay alive. And wow, he actually survived that onslaught. So, easy cleanup of the eco. And now we'll see more money in the hands of Cloud9 to play with. And right now, if they're holding on to any special rounds, we need to see it, what they need to do if they want to win here, because Fnatic are building up so much momentum and they stopped that really fast outer push. We could, even seeing a fake could be pretty awesome as well. And here we go, AWP out for Skadoodle once again. No Kevlar though.
And they have a lot of nades and they're going towards that inner side, so maybe.
Maybe so, we will see, but first we'll have to wait for any initial aggression here from Fnatic. Just holding a close angle in Pop Dog while again nothing continues to lurk. Keeping people busy towards the A bomb site now. C9 seem to be setting up here to throw smokes through the window. I don't know. We'll have to see if it happens, but if it does, it's going to be something pretty. Biding their time for the moment. Fnatic's not going to push in any angles.
The expectations.
I know, it's I can't take it anymore. I need to see this.
Indeed. Just keep an eye on when the aggression starts here for nothing. Skadoodle, he's been asking questions, down to 8 HP. You can see nothing's trying to bait for Skadoodle to find a frag as somebody rotates, but Fnatic, being one of, if not the best team in the world, will be aware of this as well, and Crim's is going to look at the right time, find a frag onto Skadoodle. This may change things. The push comes through towards Pop Dog area now, but it's Fnatic finding all the frags. Only Freak and Shroud remain. Only Shroud now. Bomb down. 4 players coming for Shroud, and that's another round in the bag here for Fnatic. Are we going to see 3 maps?
Looks like Cloud9 was trying to do something simple there. Nothing peeking, Alice, Skadoodle going up, Pop Dog. You had 3 guys close to the low ramp. I think they just waited for the entry pick on yard, wait for the rotation to go back towards A from B, and then make that B push. However, they just got shut down on yard, which forced Cloud9 to make that outer push, and it was an easy round for Fnatic.
Yeah, Fnatic, they're coming back so strong here now. And wow, very fast push on the yard again from Cloud9. Just a bit of a contact play, just straight out there, looking for the open aim tools. Not many grenades thrown just yet. They don't have many to work with. Their money is not looking too hot. And already the opening from Skadoodle. How much will this mean though for Cloud9 as Pronax waits by quad, looking to see if he can get any frags. He's going to take down nothing coming from Alleyway. So Fnatic holding on to the key areas to keep the rotation strong into this reinforcement. Cavalry has arrived now for the CTs. But Sean Gares is lurking by the side, gets the snap onto Olaf, and all of a sudden, things turn bad here for the Swedes. 3 players left for Cloud9, and a single Crims remaining to keep the hopes of the Swedes alive. And he doesn't know which way to look. Shroud will pick up the kill, and that's going to be 14-12. Cloud9, 2 more, just 2 more, and then they take down Fnatic 2-0, a result that I don't think anyone would ever have expected.
That's another situation where it's very common on train. One person sneaks around a corner, finds himself 2 frags, and just steals around for his team. And at a crucial time like this, towards the end of the match, that could be what takes Cloud9 over the edge. They will have a better buy. They were somewhat limited on the nades in the previous round, but they'll be in a better shape this round. Fnatic on the buy once again after stringing a number of rounds together. Next dancing through the gap again, but this time nothing's going to have the pre-fire down.
I didn't have the timing there. But what is this? Cloud9 just bursting out of team main, bursting out of Pop Dog, frag after frag, and they take no prisoners. There's no one left alive for Fnatic. They all got completely destroyed. And that was just a blaze of just incredible shots.
And will Fnatic be able to go for a full buy here? I think they have a really bad economy at this point, which means Cloud9 has the opportunity to win this map if they win this round. We've seen this so many times when they get to 15 rounds, and then
you could see it on their faces. You saw Stroud's face there. You can see Sean's face there. They're thinking about what they're about to do. Like, okay, we're about to beat Fnatic, but they can't think now. They have to think, okay, so here's another round. Let's pipe down. Never mind what the implications of the round are. They need to focus on only the round itself.
Got to stay present. That's an experience thing. And this is the thing, like with the last time they played Fnatic, they brought it so close. You could see all the pressure was really kicking in. That was probably another instance of that potentially. So now you would hope, okay, they've got the experience, should be something they can close. You can see the focus is still there on the team. We don't see any glimmers of pre-happiness, thinking, oh, maybe we could do this, guys. It is still all hands on deck, super focused.
And the question is, will they go for that inner sight? If you only have pistols, you don't have that long distance advantage when you're going for the inner retake, which means it's actually quite easy to hold the bomb. You can just take the duels with the AK versus those pistols. But the annoying thing for Cloud9 is Fnatic might buy scouts.
Yeah, that actually can hurt a lot on the B pushes. And the other thing as well about the inner take when you're going against a force buy or something like that, and you do have the weapon advantage.
Oh, they had a lot of money.
They got loads of cash, yeah, so we will ignore that. But here it is, Fnatic fighting for their lives, fighting for their tournament life here. If they lose this, they go out, and it will be Cloud9 versus TSM in the grand finals. How will Fnatic handle this one? Well, it's not going to start off well. Scooter's going to open up onto JW, and Fnatic are down a man.
You can see Scoodle jumping on the box to take that frag because, by default, JW is going to shoot him in the legs. So even if he gets shot, most of the time he's going to find a frag regardless. But JW just a bit sluggish there, and Flutter's going to go down to Shroud as well. So are we on the verge of a 2-0 defeat? People are going to be in tears when they see those skins leaving their inventories. Nothing's gone down. Still a man advantage for Cloud9. In the previous rounds, they'd be speeding things up here, going from 0 to 100. This time they're going to slow down, but is it going to pay off for them as the aggression's coming out from Fnatic? Flank's coming in. Olafmeister's on the verge of finding a second frag. Indeed, he will. Now it's man advantage for Cloud9, and they've got the bomb for Fnatic, excuse me.
This is really interesting right now. We've got loads of time left on the clock here, 50 seconds, and both players for Cloud9 are coming in from CT spawn. So this is very interesting indeed.
From the back.
This is almost impossible for Cloud9. The bomb is over Pop Dog. There's no way they're going to make this with 30 seconds left on the clock. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually go for the savior, considering it's only 2 rounds left after this round.
Well, look at the money they've got, though. Look at the money Sean's got. Even if they lose the round, if they've all got money like that, then it doesn't matter if they get killed, and that's going to be a bad 180 for Sean to try and fight. Shroud is going to get one frag. Crim's going for a...
Oh!
What the hell was that? He's not going to get a life onto Olafmeister, but he's done significant damage to the Fnatic economy here. They will win the round, but only with one player surviving.
Oh my god, that is absolutely ridiculous.
Knives and a chicken shop, Dan.
This is something special right now. Cloud9, a lot of damage there.
And I think Cloud9 will be really upset with that round, since they got 2 entry kills.
Yeah.
Shroud and Skadoodle got a frag each, but then Olafmeister on that inner side just picking up frags. And we can see Shroud there very close to clutching that round in the end.
That was possibly the most absurd spray I've seen in CSGO. But it's in the past now. Fnatic are looking forward to the future. JW getting the frag onto Skidoo this time, and now he's coming in when his team really need him. 2 frags to him, nothing going down as well. Bomb still in control of the Cloud9 side, but their legs have been taken away, and they're trying to drag themselves to the finish line.
Yeah, Fnatic thinking 2 more, just 2 more, and already a good opening from them. Cloud9 need a save. Now, how are they going to pull it off? Freakazoid looking to make his way in through teammate, but Pronax is in such a forward position. You've got to favor him for that engagement as Cloud9 begin to coordinate themselves in, and this first frag is everything right now, and Pronax goes down straight away. Freakazoid didn't even lose much in the way of health, so here it is now, Cloud9 pushing forwards, but they have to go through yet more choke points as Crims bears down on them with that M4, and things couldn't look worse right now for Freakazoid, as Fnatic are looking like they're going to go up to 14. They do indeed, 15 to 14. Cloud9, they could be up against an overtime unless they find a solution, an answer right now.
They've got a crowd behind them as well. They're cheering them on. They're giving them that boost they need to take this to overtime.
You know what I think we need to see? That be executed, James.
Well, who knows if we'll ever see it. Maybe they're saving it for a rainy day. It's definitely sunny in Valencia, but have they got what it takes to beat Fnatic here, to push themselves above and beyond? We've got a full buy from Fnatic. Look at the limitation here on the Cloud9 side. Not many nades, not many guns. Going for the CZ and the Tech 9 onto Freakazoid and Sean respectively. Now it's Fnatic's turn to take control of team main. That's going to limit the options and give Fnatic a lot of information here.
We're going to see Cloud9 moving towards Inner though with the bulk of their players. Nothing running distraction towards Alleyway, where JW's been ripping them apart and he is not going to stop. That is such an easy flick there, it would seem, from JW, who's found his form in the key moments of this match, as now Fnatic are up a player. And Cloud9 still have to execute, and they're actually going to split off. I think it is Sean Gez. He's going to go back towards Ali here, so very interesting move. Of course, he can pick up the weapon that nothing dropped, and he's trying to just bait out a shot from JW, be successful. In goes Cloud9 into the inner site. Skadoodle with a 6 shot onto Flusher. 4 versus 4 now. Skadoodle coming out huge again. Is this the clutch they need? Cloud9 get the bomb down on the B site, and this is looking very scary now for Fnatic. Here goes Pronax though from the back.
Skadoodle's going to try and smoke off the flank, but Pronax is there anyway. Here's a player. He's going to take him down. There are 3 kits on these CT players, and now they've got the man advantage. Shroud and Freakazoid needs to come in for it, but Freakazoid is the last man left, and he's only got the CZ with 4 bullets in the magazine. It's not going to be enough. We're going to go to overtime. 15-15 here. MR5, 16K coming your way.
Cloud9 must be absolutely gutted there. They are going to think we had that, guys. We absolutely had that every step of the way.
Yeah, they had a 15-12, they got 2 entry kills, and then everything fell apart. This is exactly what happened at the ESL Pro League.
Well, they need to keep their cool here. They need to hold their temperament.
You know what happens in overtime? You've got MR5, 16K. Do you know what you can do for all that money, James?
What can you do, Dan?
You can do B executes.
Well, let's hope they give it a go, because I, for one, would love to see it, that. But here we go. But it's really important they stay focused. I'm telling you, when they got to that match point, Shroud's face was like, okay, guys, we're in a serious situation to him, where we could really do something.
Yeah, you have to believe when they get those 2 entry kills. If it was a regular round, let's say 10-10, I think they would have won that round. It's just the mind games, or they just have to break that mental barrier to get to that 16th round. And it is hard. It is really, really hard.
So, now, when you get into your overtime, the teams will continue on their current sides, which means Cloud9 have 5 more T rounds. So now they have an opportunity to review, okay, guys, why couldn't we take it over the line there? Where was it just down to duels? Was it down to failed executes? Were we being punished? But one important thing was, as we got towards the end of that half, you saw Pronax starting to do what Cloud9 were doing, taking over control of team main. And again, that just really chokes the options there for the T side. Either they come through the funnel of Ali, they come through the funnel of Pop Dog.
Yeah.
And you can't split the A side properly if you don't have control of team main.
Yeah, with players at this level, they can actually get efficient engagements there, and that's actually the really interesting thing, because that's the counterplay to the Wall of Smokes play, and we saw that run by earlier as well with TSM. So interesting to see that that everyone's doing it right now, and well, I mean, for Cloud9, they could shut down Olofmeister by doing it, and for Fnatic, they're shutting down Freakazoid. They're basically countering each other.
And I can't believe at 15-13, they went for 2 people towards Ali and let JW get 2 entry kills.
Yeah.
They just went for the peaks. Sure, Skadoodle got JW on the last round, but you have to favor JW in that peak.
Yeah, of course, especially considering that in the previous rounds he was hitting those shots as well, and it was very interesting indeed. And I wonder how Cloud9 are going to go with their approach, because we didn't see a lot of executes out A. I think they're probably. I think one thing they might discuss is, okay, we saw that they were doing a similar setup to us as we did on the CT. 2 guys pushed up yard. How do we punish this? Because with JW playing so well on Ali, it's actually hard. I mean, Nothing did a very good job in multiple rounds actually pushing through Ali alone. But that was when Fnatic didn't have much money and JW wasn't really on the AWP. That's when he did well. But as soon as the AWP went into the hands of JW, it became a losing battle. I mean, maybe 2 or 3 of every 10 times, Nothing's able to get the frag there by himself against an AWP.
Yeah, and the best way to punish an AWP on train is actually to go for the executes.
But then you've got the problem of those guys up close, so how do you deal with those guys?
Do you remember ages ago, I told you that was a solution to these executes? Don't give them that real estate in the first place.
I think that they should actually try to barrel through.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you should still try to do that, because even though they're 2 players aggressive, you have separated those 2 players from the rest of the team, which means you can, if you kill them, well, you deny the refrags from the CTs.
Yeah.
Because you have the wall of smokes, and they obviously can't see you through the smokes.
And it's the thing, if one of those players goes down, then the other one should topple, because they have to be able to support each other from Pop Dog and T Main. Because if one of them goes down, then the other guy gets shot in the back. So it should be, you should be able to push through it, I think.
Yeah, well, we did see those Wall of Smokes executes with Molotovs as well. Again, they had the Molotov in the middle of the train and behind the train towards Connector. However, I think it was the 2nd or the 3rd time that Cloud9 executed it against Fnatic. Krims put himself in the middle of the site, and he had the angle onto team main and got the frags while they were still in the choke point. So Fnatic adjusted to the strat. Now the question is, can Cloud9 adjust back and solve that problem, or is that something that can't be done within this vacuum essentially? And have to go for something else. Yeah,
because that's actually the second problem. Because if you do make those entry kills, then you've got, because really you don't want anyone necessarily on Ali when you're going for that execute, because you need all the bodies going through team main. And the cool thing about that, and Pop Dog, the cool thing about that is that your entire team can be together to guarantee refrags, and you get out into a very wide open space together, which is pretty strong. You don't really need to split off into Ali, because then you've got the smokes. But the problem is that we saw situations where Cloud9 were getting the kills, but it would take so long to get the kills towards Pop Dog and Team Main that they either didn't have the smokes, or that it's just too awkward to go back and throw them. And so then they go out and, okay, Krims is there on the bomb site, and they're just running out through a choke point. He's just picking them off one by one. And here we go. We are into the first round of overtime. Cloud9 versus Fnatic. Cloud9, they did take map number 1 if you're just joining us, but Fnatic, they are back with momentum.
Here we go. Nades coming out for the T side again. We've got Molotovs, etc. But JW is going to get a fast frag onto Freakazoid, pushing down the side, and there are even more frags coming in for Fnatic. Momentum going their way, and that round is over in a flash.
And that's the problem with doing the yard rush when the Cetus has a lot of nades to work with, because they can just go for all the pre-nades, and as soon as they see all the Molotovs and smokes from Cloud9, they will just throw everything they have at the terrorists.
And one thing Virtus Pro used to be really good at is actually, and Na'Vi as well, just delaying that push. Take some control. Just maybe, are we going to do it straight away? Are we going to do it after 30 seconds or a minute? Just throw in the unknowns. But they're going for a fast play again, it would seem, at least. Yeah, there it is. They're all just going for it, and Product's in the same position. They must like their chances here with this push, and Molotovs everywhere for Cloud9. Nicely done there by Freakazoid. Sean Gers will get the kill towards Inner as well, as this split does come into B. They have completely confused Fnatic in the chaos. 3 versus 3, that bomb going down on the B-bomb site very shortly here, and Fnatic have to battle their way all the way to the end of this train yard to get that defuse.
That was a massive fake. They showed in the goods, and the goods were not real, and they'd run off with the money. But can they hold the site here? There's a man advantage for them for the time being. I think we have a diffuser. No, we don't have a diffuser attempt going in. There's a player on the site now for Cloud9, but they're going to lose all their players, and there will be another round. 2 for 2 so far. Again, if you're not familiar with MR5, that's 5 rounds each half. Both teams starting with $16,000.
And that was an excellent strat from Cloud9. They just didn't manage to win that 3v3 in the end. In that position, Skadoodle has to step up. You have to abuse the AWP when you go for that inner plant. And Olfmeister just getting all the kills. A great play from Fnatic.
All right, do you think that's something that they should go back to again? As you say, they would probably feel like, guys, we had that round, we played it well. We just had to hit the shots, put ourselves in a winning position.
Well, Fnatic choosing to take early map control, aggressive areas. JW missing a shot this time. There are 3 people towards that alley position. Look at this aggression from Olofmeister.
Look how deep Fnatic are in these 4 positions on yard. This is definitely quite volatile, but they have been on top of these frags, so they're going to feel confident to keep just picking them up continuously. And, well, very slow round at the start here. Cloud9 definitely respecting Fnatic. And JW still looking for these shots. We do have that challenge coming in from Nothing. He may try to get some peeks in as Pronax feels some of the pressure coming in from T. And it's going to be a teammate rather, and it's going to be Olof who goes down to a Shroud by Popdog. So now Cloud9 are up a man. They've got a minute to play with. It's starting to get real.
Indeed, they've got a lurker in B who's moving up around a smoke, in fact. And, oh, he's not going to find Yagel in time because Crimson's going to come in for the save. 3 versus 4 now as the bomb is moving away and probably wants to go towards A. There was some good positioning towards A for a time being, but the opportunity is gone now. It's going to be a risk. Shroud carrying the bomb with not much health to try and make it into the site. 29 seconds remain for the T's to get something done here. Duels are imminent, and there is a player on the bomb site for the CTs, but who's going to find the angle first? JW coming in with the AWP to take down Shroud, and Nothing's going to get 2 frags. 15 seconds left for Cloud9 to do something. There's 1 player for the CT stuck in connector, and they take out Flusher. If he took down the bomb carrier there, that round could have been over, but the plant's going to come in. Crims is on the wrong side of the site to stop it.
Yeah, he's going through connector, and this is one of those spots that should be impossible here. They can be anywhere on this A-bomb site. It's one of the hardest sites to retake if played correctly by Cloud9 in this position. So Crims really with an impossible job to do. Now, let's see if Cloud9 play it to a T, and it will be Skadil peeks out, gets the shot, simply does it. And there is the round for Cloud9.
And a 2 versus 4 win there for Cloud9. Nothing getting 3 kills. And I just have to feel like JW's 3rd repick, I think it was, when he just went down to Nothing. Would have he just fallen back, I think they would have won that round.
Well, they still have the round advantage, excuse me. AWP on both sides, and that was important for Cloud9 as losing 2 in a row despite planting the bomb. The money was just falling through their hands like sand. JW with more aggression here towards long, misses a shot. He's got a player in for support, but it's 3 versus 2 here. Nothing finds the first frag. JW's a trade, but he's not going to be able to escape this corner. He's going to find an AWP, and yes, he's it, and another frag! What the hell's going on, Dan?
This is absolutely ridiculous. Orf gets a double on Popdog as well. This is madness. Now, this is a good time for JW to start really stepping up, but he seems just like up and down like crazy. This guy is capable of anything.
How is that possible?
I have no idea.
Scientifically, how is that possible?
I was just going to say, if you would look at this entire map as CT and you would say, okay, where's the worst position you can play with an op? Or maybe behind the box in alley.
Yeah. What if he put 3 Ts over there? But he finds the frags regardless. Auto Sniper coming out for Fnatic now as they have a 2-round lead in the first half of overtime.
There we go. We actually have the auto sniper on Flusher as well as they mix up their setup, and there is the flash in, and Pronax will take the kill on the Freakazoid. So look at the pressure from Fnatic on the CT side. They're taking map control as if they were terrorists right now. And it's JW once again, Molotov in his face, but he's going to stay there just to hit that peak. And I think they destroyed their own Molotov there with that quick smoke. And it will be Fnatic with the man-up advantage. Olof will spot a player here, playing it for the delay, gets the easy frag, and it feels like Cloud9 are falling apart at the seams in this round at the very least. Flasher ready for the shot with the auto sniper, just keeping these terrorists at bay. It's only Nothing to really respond, busting out of alley with a kill, and he could forge an opportunity for his team. The Minnesota's back in this. Now Skadil's been put into action thanks to Nothing's opening on alley.
Yeah, Cloud9 has both sides of the site, but Pronax in a really important position here. T-Main's going to make it hard to plant the bomb as his team start to come in elsewhere. Bomb indeed does go down, but now it's Cloud9 surrounded. They're in a triangle of doom here, but it's going to be about who peeks what angle first. Shroud and Nothing, the 2 arguably most dangerous players for Cloud9 when Skadil is asleep versus the rest of the Fnatic side, but they're not going to find any more frags. Another round goes Fnatic's way, a strong lead going into the second half.
And Pronax's position just winning Fnatic that round. He doesn't even need to get more kills from that position because he just denies so many positions on that afterplan for the terrorist. So great play there from Pronax.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually very interesting to see how Fnatic coming back into this one. And of course, I mean, for Cloud9, it's not, if they actually lose this overtime, it's not over for them because they still get Dust 2. And they've had some really strong Dust 2s lately. But it's starting to look like Fnatic are powering through this. Their experience is coming into play. We're starting to see that individual skill, but still there's so many rounds potentially to be played here in this overtime. And as we get back into this one, I've got to wonder exactly how Cloud9 are going to pull this one back, because Fnatic are looking scary at the moment with JW on such form. Here we go, Skadoodle, defensive ult from Connector, and a fast play down Pop Dog here for Fnatic.
All right, so Fnatic require 1 round here to make it to match point. Let's bear that in mind as these things begin. Sean Gears is going to take significant damage from JW immediately. Again, JW, he's had up and down performances, but he refuses to be conditioned to play differently.
Look at the position here on Olofmeister. He is so deep. He snuck past the defenses. He is an unknown factor, or perhaps it looks like Freakazoid is aware that either they spotted him or that the opening exists from Ali. So this is a huge play from Olofmeister. This could completely cripple the CTs, and indeed he's going to take down one player, and this is the kind of position that Olofmeister can really abuse, and he's going to pick up a second kill, just absolutely murdering these CTs from the back as Fnatic go in now for the play towards B, and the bomb is coming, but nothing straight behind them. What is going on right now? Shroud gets a double as well, and Fnatic are being sandwiched. Here goes nothing through the smoke. They haven't spotted him. He's got the silencer. He will take down JW, spraying through the smoke, trying to find the last player. Pronax in a 1-on-2, and these CTs definitely well positioned to take him down, but he is about to try to get himself out through Connector. He's going to make it through, and he can get a bomb down in a 1-on-2. This is absolutely nuts.
Indeed, Cloud9 need to play this correctly. He's playing it facing the connector area, and Cloud9 are both coming in the same position. The problem is, if nothing goes down, Skadoodle, can he trade fast enough? Skadoodle's going to come in first, and nothing's going to make the frag, and that's going to stop Fnatic from making it to match point. An important clutch for nothing. He's got the kid as well, and this will be the 17th round here for Cloud9.
I really like the play from Pronax there, though.
Yeah.
Trying to go close. They didn't expect him to be that close in connector. Maybe he thought he could get away after getting the first kill, but it all came down to an aim duel versus nothing there. So nice try by Pronax.
Yeah, that actually looked like the most optimal play. 2 1-on-1s, almost guaranteed. Very nicely done indeed. And, well, crazy save. Really crazy save from Cloud9. I mean, Olofmeister in that position, getting 2 frags in the back. You would expect Fnatic always to win that round, but Cloud9 pulled it away, and here we go. I'm going to see Fnatic now moving in towards Ali. Skadoodle is ready to deal with that with the AWP, and Fnatic down a man, and here we go. Inner push coming in. Shroud is ready for them. Looks like they can't get a look in on these bomb sites.
Yeah, speaking of the bomb, they've seen it as well, which means it's going to be an almost full rotation. There's 1 lurker for Fnatic. We'll see if it plays a part later on, but for now it's 2 players on the B bomb site trying to do something. They've retrieved the bomb and they've made their exit. 3 players over towards B bomb site for the CT. Freakazoid taking down Flusher. That lurker could have been so important, but he's gone. 5 versus 2, 5 versus 1. JW's been spotted, less than 10 HP as well. He hasn't got the bomb. Now he'll only be able to do whatever he can. So much abuse coming in from various directions. He'll leg Shroud, but Shroud will find the frag, closing the gap again.
This is crazy. If Fnatic get 1 more round, they can force another overtime potentially. And they just need to win 2 more, and then they can actually win it here. So this is absolutely nuts. We could. I'm expecting another overtime with this one.
Yeah, it's very likely at this point. The way Cloud9 is just playing this defense is excellent. And Fnatic could very likely just get 1 round. And Olofmeister with the op now, not JW. Looks like we're going to have a passage around the bomb going towards the inner side.
Right. Fast in yard at the moment, and he's going to be trying to cause some hassle. Skadoodle gets challenged, and he's going to take down Olofmeister. That is a big loss for the Swedes.
Yeah, Olofmeister unable to repeat the success of Skadoodle there. Skadoodle was up on the box when he went for the duel. Olofmeister got off the box and took it on the floor, and that's where Skadoodle's crosshair was aimed. If he kept on the box, then maybe he would have been legged. Maybe he would have found the frag, but it's going to be Cloud9 with the early man advantage here. Minute on the clock as the bomb is down in a passive position. There is, however, Pronax walking around in the A side. He's going to find someone to try and frag, but nothing's going to find the better duel there and take him down as well.
And there were 2 players pushed up towards Pop Dog here for Cloud9. It's a very funky CT setup. And with all this aggression, it seems to be paying off. They have not lost a single player just yet. And it looks like they are very, very well aware that there is a player in Pop Dog. They will nade him away. And, well, they'll get the frag as well. This is almost a flawless round. It could be for Cloud9 against Fnatic. This is very impressive stuff indeed. And Flasher will get the aim duel there, but 1 versus... Can he make the 1 versus 5 actually happen? I really don't think so. There it is. Oh, he gets the wall bangs. He got the actual wall bang there from yard. That is glorious.
Skadonglers has gone Super Saiyan.
Oh, yeah.
That's just disgusting. Shout outs to Kingwin.
Oh my god, here it is.
I'm here, I'm Flusher.
Boom.
What the hell? He gets absolutely wrecked through the wall. Adios. Oh, that's just perverted. Stop it. That's disgusting. Okay, 19-19. 2 rounds remaining. This could still be won by either side if they have 100% success here. And otherwise, we are going to go to overtime once more. Full buy coming out for both teams. Orp onto JW and Skadoodle. Looking sharp as a butcher's pencil at the moment, but it's going to be Shroud to find the first frag onto JW as Fnatic continue their push onto the B-bomb site with the bomb, but they're falling. The numbers are thinning again and again. Shroud coming in from the back. Flusher goes down, leaving only Olofmeister now.
Yeah, and this is so difficult. Even though he's got time, he's against 5 players. The bomb is down. He's going to look for the first engagement. Not going to get a quick frag, and that's what it's all about in this position. He will get damaged, but that's not enough. Sean picks up the kill, and another convincing round. And now Cloud9 have guaranteed themselves at least another overtime, but they could very well take this one. This kind of momentum, are Fnatic falling apart here, or are Cloud9 stepping it up?
The question is, will Cloud9 choke again? Or can they actually pull through and win this round? So they will actually beat Fnatic 2-0.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. And here we go into the next round, and it could be potentially the last one here as Cloud9 are on match points. Fnatic need this to force the next overtime.
Yeah, I think they'll be better this time. You know, if Fnatic play well and maybe it goes to overtime, but I don't think Cloud9 will choke regardless of the score. They've had their little hiccup now, and they can come into this calm, having gone through that already. So here we go, Lurker towards long here for Fnatic to the Ivy area. That's going to be Olofmeister. We can see Fnatic quite static in the halls at the moment, and T main. Slow flashes coming in, but again, Cloud9, they've changed their CT setup. You don't have Freakazoid pushing for those T main engagements anymore.
Yeah, the last rounds they played very aggressively with almost 3 players deep, and now they're just playing all the way back. And this is actually, you can exploit this by doing the wall of smokes, but we haven't seen, that's not what the teams are playing now because they're too afraid of the super close CTs. And here we go, Fnatic, they're trying to get their way in right here, and they might just go contact into the bomb site. They've got a man on alley, they're going to actually split onto the A site. It's going to be a multiple pronged attack, and Pronax walks straight in for the engagement. Hasn't spotted a play, he'll start to run now. The information is actually coming for Cloud9, and there's the P catching Pronax with a grenade in his hands, and that's 2 frags for Cloud9. Make that 3 kills for Cloud9. Where is the response for Fnatic? This could all be over soon, but Olofmeister, he comes into play now. 2 versus 3, the bomb is being planted, and it's all on Olofmeister. He's in CT Sky, the bomb, at least it's ticking away, and they don't know where he is just yet. He has to kill 3 players, there's number 1. But 2 more. They're starting to defuse the bomb here using the grenades. He doesn't have a clean angle here, and they are playing this perfectly. Olofmeister, there's nothing he can do, and Cloud9 do it! They defeat Fnatic 2-0. They're going to the grand finals against TSM. Who would have called this? Who would have believed this? I don't know. This is amazing.
Henry G.
Henry G, apparently. Exactly.
Henry Jesus, maybe. Well, there we go. Fnatic are not going to get revenge on TSM in the final here. And Cloud9 will go on to meet the reigning champions of the FACEIT League. That was an immense performance. You know, they had their lead in normal time. They were unable to take it over the line there. Had to go for the MR5, the extra extension. And they finally took it versus Fnatic 2-0.
And now that Cloud9 has passed this mental barrier, I'm really interested to see how they're going to do at, let's say, the next major.
The sky is the limit. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. I apologize for that one. But that's really amazing. They didn't even need the 3rd map, and Dust 2 would have been a very strong one for them as well.
That was a superb performance by Cloud9, but they can't get too excited because there is 1 more match to come. That's going to be the grand final, possibly their biggest test yet. You know, they've come close recently in various countries around the world, and now there's another chance for them to take it over the line here in a grand final. So I think we're going to head over to our guys in the studio to see what they think of that 2-0.
Thanks a lot for that, chaps. And yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I've got to say, there was a moment where I thought, it's gone to overtime. This is the Cloud9 that we saw at ESL, ESEA, you know, they're really struggling with the mental aspect of it. And Fnatic got off to a good start in that overtime. You think, it's happening again. It's happening again. they've now managed to get over that mental barrier, and this is a huge step forward for them as an evolution of a team.
I think you're absolutely right there. I think it's the right result as well. Like the first 30 rounds, Cloud9 should have closed that out. Like, there's no doubt about it in my mind. They got to the mental barrier when they hit the 15, and Fnatic, you can't take anything away from that performance to claw back into it. JW finally turned up in those final 6 rounds. He was hitting some phenomenal shots. All the team were coming together, finally winning some of the clutches as well. But then as soon as we went into overtime, the 4-1 happened, and then Cloud9 just went into 5th gear, and that was it. They're just a phenomenal final 5 rounds for them.
Well, we'll pick the bones out of it in a second, boys. We're going to go over to the stage now. We've got an interview with Nothing, the legend, the veteran, and he's going to be smiling like a Cheshire cat, I imagine. What's he got to say for himself, James?
Thank you very much, Richard. I'm not James, but I'm here with the winner, Nothing. Congratulations. It must feel absolutely fantastic. If there was ever a way to prove the doubters wrong, this is it, to defeat the #1 team in the world. Tell me, what does it feel like?
Feels awesome. You know, like we didn't have that good of results a couple months back. And now that we've started playing well, everyone always makes up excuses for when we win a map or why we win or why we are winning and whatnot. So it's just fun to be able to prove the haters wrong. Fnatic's a great team. I love playing these guys. I got a lot of respect for them. I'm glad we were able to get a win in that way and not lose out on Train.
Well, let's talk about that first map on Mirage. I know that Mirage has historically been not one of your team's best maps, and I know that in a recent interview, you guys had mentioned that you would work on that, and clearly that worked out for you guys. How much of that prep was involved in watching Fnatic's game against NiP yesterday? Yeah, definitely. Watching that game yesterday, watching how our North American brothers, CLG, beat them at the ESL tournament. We found out with our team lately what we've been doing better is just focusing in on a couple strategies rather than getting spread thin on too many strategies. Skadoodle got a lot of picks on Mirage. We were closing out the rounds individually, and they're great on that map, so we just looked at what they do best and we didn't try to shy away from what they do best. We tried to attack them directly, and it worked out. Yeah, and of course that second map on Train was absolutely crazy, and you guys have done really well on Train. In fact, with this win, you're on a 10-map win streak on Train. But there was a moment where things got a little bit crazy. You guys went into overtime. Walk us through what happened there. Well, the first round that comes to mind is the round where we got to pick Ivy and then Inner, and we went back inside, and Olaf came up the ladder. Normally, I would be back escorting Skadoodle with the sniper, but I died to the team ish push kind of sloppily. And then that kind of started a trend where these guys aren't bad, even though we have a lead, you don't ever deserve to get the 16th round in Counter-Strike until you get the 16th round. People say, we're choke 9 and all, but it's a different game once you hit 15, and we're getting better at it, and we're getting more cold ice in our veins, right? And so it was tough, and we just take a deep breath, boys, and don't get overexcited. Let's just close this out. Well, close it out you did, because now you are in the grand finals. You'll be going up against TSM, which you guys have not played them with your current roster ever, so it's going to be the true test here. If you guys are able to beat them, I mean that's just absolutely huge. How do you guys feel headed into that? Yeah, like you said, we haven't played them. We're excited to play them. They have a great style of teamwork. It's kind of like a Fnatic Navi mix where they're moving together but really coordinated. So hopefully we can put on a good show. I think we have the ability to beat them, so hopefully we bring our A game. All right, well, thank you very much, Jordan, and best of luck. And with that, we have our 2 finalists set. Cannot wait to see that grand finals. Let's head back to the desk with Richard Lewis.
You should have got me back there, Smix, and called me somebody else. I did get told it was James for the interview on that one, so it's not my eyesight's failing. I can't tell you apart for now. But anyway, 2 teams we can definitely tell apart, Cloud9 and Fnatic. One are the winners, one are the losers. Cloud9, just looking on a different level. They've got better with every tournament they've gone to on this European tour. And that is a masterclass. And like Nothing said there, they're starting to get that ice in their veins. That could be scary for all the European teams out there who are going to have to come up against them. Robin, just some thoughts about their performance, what it was they did so well against the #1 team in the world.
Well, Skadoodle was on point. Shroud was on point. Nothing is playing super well, and they just keep on impressing me actually from tournament to tournament. Have not stopped improving ever since the first Gfinity. So overall, I'm very impressed. Even Train looked to be over even before it had begun. Yeah, sure, Fnatic clawed their way back, but at the end, it felt like Cloud9 had that in the bag all along.
Like this to me is the evolution of Cloud9. We've seen them in Europe in the past. They've had boot camp phases, right, where they come over here and they're like, we're going to train against the European teams, we're going to play against the best, and this is how we'll learn, and this is how we'll prepare, and it never really seemed to work for them. They never really seemed to evolve. the span of in the past 3 weeks, this span here where they've actually been able to compete week after week against the best, not online in scrims, but all like LAN matches in high intensity situations like right there where nothing is saying, it's a totally different game when you get to 15 rounds. How do you close that game out? You have to shift, you have to evolve, you have to learn how to actually do that. Now they've actually had 3 weeks worth of experience. That's how they're capable of taking on a team like Fnatic. They've been able to learn every step of the way. And so it's that perfect story right there of just hard work paying off, putting them into another finals here. A third one in a row. 3 weeks in a row for a team that before nobody would have even considered could make it out of the groups.
Well, I mean, it's got to be said as well, there was a lot of talk that they were maybe thinking about getting a team house over in Europe. Maybe, this could be the Cloud9 forever. This could be like, they could get even better if they were to do that.
It's definitely been an environment they've thrived on. And it's like this 6-week-long campaign. Everyone's saying there's going to be too much, it's going to be too many games back to back, not being able to practice in between. But I think it's done them a world of good, being able to break out of the NA environment, playing against NA teams every week. Like, it's a difficult rut to get into because once you start beating NA teams, you get a little bit too comfortable. Yeah. I think this test every single weekend for them has been amazing. And it's just a testament to hard work, dedication, and the homework that Sean Garrett has put in. I think he's been phenomenal in his calling this whole last 3 events. It's been phenomenal.
Right, so we've got to sort of take a little look at Fnatic. Obviously, it's the semi-final for them. I'm sure they're disappointed not to make the final, but it's got to be said they haven't looked like their old fluid selves throughout this tournament. And perhaps the big factors are that JW, apart from the few rounds where he did come alive and sort of get into the overtime, not had a great day at the office. Nobody will say anything good about him being a fragger ever, it seems, but Pronak's there, 30, 40, almost 40 kills, I think it was. Spectacular performance, tried to drag his team kicking and screaming to the final, couldn't do it. So what's been going wrong? Where are they misfiring?
I just think that the fact that they've attended so many tournaments as of late, and I think that every single team is allowed to have one bad tournament, and I mean, we don't see that too often. Yeah, they've been going out in grand finals versus TSM as of late, but it's one team. Everyone else they've been beating left and right, and yeah, sure, they had a poor showing this weekend, but to be fair, you can't give anything away from Cloud9. When you end up playing a team like that, when they are actually on point 100%, and you have maybe a weaker Fnatic this tournament, you know what's going to happen. They're going to potentially end up losing. And just to point this out there as well, since we do have a major coming up, and I just basing off what I see today, and hopefully we'll see the same in the final. But yeah, Cloud9 is definitely a contender to win the next major.
Great. Wow. Well, that's a ringing endorsement, especially from someone that's won a major. I want to ask you, Samuel, just about this Fnatic thing, because there is this bit of a cloud of doom and gloom around them right now, which is crazy considering they're the #1 team. They win almost every tournament they attend, and yet there does seem to be this kind of air of something not quite right with them. So can you put your finger on what it is?
I think it's too complex. I think it's too complex a problem to really put your finger on one thing. I mean, this roster's not been together for more than a year. That's plenty of time for friction. They've also spent a lot of time on the road together. That's enough to get anybody to want to shank somebody else on a team when you got to share a hotel room with them every day.
Yeah.
There's a whole number of things that could come into it. I know it feels like I'm dancing around the thing. I mean, there's also rumors of potential roster changes coming through. There's all sorts of crazy things that are happening around this roster. And not only that, they have a huge amount of pressure on them every tournament. It's no longer yeah, we won. It's we didn't get knocked out, right? When you're expected to come first, let's not forget, we're talking about a team that just went on the semifinals of the tournament, that survived the group phase, 2 days worth of playing to get here. They didn't win, and so that's the standard for Fnatic. So the fact that they had an off tournament, I'm not going to completely roast them for it. That's still a huge performance from them, and got to say that Cloud9 played out of their minds.
Yeah, just got one last final point to that. When you're the #1 team in the world, everyone's looking to you to how to play, right? You can't really adapt that well. When you're going to tournament to tournament to tournament, it's very difficult to change your playbook every single event.
Yeah,
everyone, you're getting all the attention from all the teams. They all aspire to beat you, and you're the biggest trophy to take down. So like Robin said, this is the biggest tournament in the world. In terms of teams right now, this couldn't get any better. So to go out in the semi-finals, I wouldn't necessarily say, the team's looking broken. It's a bad tournament. Sometimes it happens, and you have to bounce back, look what happened, and then just adjust and come back. You can't just give up like that.
I mean, at the top right now, we're literally talking between the difference of you winning and losing, we're probably talking 5% of your play of your top peak level, right? And so Cloud9 today, they had that 5%. Fnatic, they were just off of it, and they still made it close. Cloud9 still had to fight tooth and nail to get that. So. Just a huge testament to Cloud9 and Fnatic both.
Well, we're talking about taking a look at things. Apparently what happened during the last round was the stream died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we got to see it, I think. And but apparently some people at home are complaining that they didn't even get to see the last round. So what we're going to do is, because we're awesome at DreamHack and we're super nice, we like to give you what you want. We're going to show you that last round. Here it is. And we don't
Are we
have
casting
DDK.
this? Are we breaking it down?
Feel
I'm
free.
not even gonna do it with my British accent because apparently I sound Australian, so like I can't even. All right, mate.
Oh, yeah, no, okay.
Don't ever do that again.
Every Brit, they hear it, they're like, please shut up, Sembler. I mean,
Yeah, so definitely talk over this, because there is no sound on the clip, because obviously the stream died, there is no casters, so we have to fill and entertain.
So a lot of the things people were saying when Fnatic set up, like they were getting the bomb down pretty convincingly almost all the rounds. It was the post-plant situations that were letting them down. So you can see them kind of setting up here, filling out what's going on in the map. Cloud9 playing pretty defensively here. We saw them do a lot of aggressive rounds. They're actually being a lot more passive.
That's what I was just going to say, a bit of context there. They've gone aggressive like the last 2 rounds, and I think Fnatic were maybe expecting that, and then really passive. Even Freakazoid, that looked like he was going to push, and then they told him not to.
it's a tight group of blue, basically, right there in the middle. Nobody off on the extremities. Everybody just waiting, making Fnatic sweat.
And one of the main issues for Fnatic this whole overtime half was that they tried everything, right? They rushed inner, they tried to go for peaks, and then this was the really only slow round that they actually had, hoping that Cloud9 would actually go more aggressive so they would try and get the picks. And just this particular round, again, I'm sure Sean Garrett's call is like, okay, let's just stick together.
Yeah, and a great read by Sean Garrett as well, to sort of just know that they're going to be edgy. Fnatic notices that you must win to stay in the tournament.
These are the hardest rounds to close out.
Exactly.
Like, everything's on the line right now. One mistake from a player.
Pronax was unlucky
Pronax
here, by the
right
way.
here, man.
With that smoke, and he just gets caught. That is like real unlucky, though.
There we go. The frags open up now. It's going to leave them in a 2-on-4 situation. Olaf Meister in a very advantageous position as well. Like, he gets his first frag. This is the frag. The next one's really important. Like, the bomber goes down. Olaf Meister gets in a decent position, but he has no vision on the bomb whatsoever. And I don't think he's aware of it. It doesn't seem like he has been given that call, where's the bomb go. Makes this frag, and this is the moment the game is over. There's almost no chance.
Also the Molotov not going off properly as well.
Yeah. And like, how can he get back into this? There's no position at all. And that takes it down. And what a fantastic feeling that must have been with Cloud9, taking it in the very last round, 40 rounds played, and a great crescendo there to the tournament.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And of course, now, I guess, this is an awful pun, but the sky is the limit for Cloud9.
Did you really do dance?
Yeah.
That was what Dan said.
Was that what Dan
Why
said?
I was like facepalm.
I didn't even know, even know that.
And you're like, oh, that's how oh my God. No.
Well, do I need to do his dance now? Dance off.
Oh, we're doing this one? Okay.
I'm out, guys. I'm DDK, I'm out. So, but no,
I can take over the host.
It wasn't even intentional. It just, what I'm trying to say is that obviously now, the team they had the mental block against, that was the Fnatic, right? Like, can we ever beat them? They had the ESL, ECA Pro League finals. It was like, everyone was like, oh, choke 9. They go into an overtime. It's like, oh my God, it's happening again. Boom, they beat them. They've never played TSM. They're entering unknown territory.
Exactly, that's the big thing. But there's like so many things to go over here for this one match, because also what you have to keep in mind is the way that they got to those 2 past finals, Envy last week, literally giving it to them. Like, now they've proven themselves. Now they've actually defeated Fnatic. Now they've earned that spot. Clear, no discussion. That spot in the finals is theirs. And so, going up against a TSM, no history there. It's going to be a learning experience.
And one other question I want to ask, just while we bring the brackets up, it's pretty academic at this point. I think we all know what's happened, but it's TSM Cloud9 in the final and a clean 2-0. Their confirmation on it. Your eyes do not deceive you if you're just tuning in.
It's amazing.
That is Cloud9 beating Fnatic 2-0. But the final point I wanted to make is there is a real risk here that TSM have, prepared for Fnatic. In the final. I know TSM was saying, I think they did an interview on HLTV, and they were saying we want to play Cloud9, but with limited time, you've got to kind of play the percentages, and I just wonder if maybe that they could get caught out.
No, well, the way that I see it is that TSM is really good against Fnatic, right? Yeah. And they have a very unique kind of play style. They don't play like Na'Vi, they don't play like NIP. Cloud9 is very similar in a way where they have these aimers and they want to take the duels, and TSM, they're very good at countering that.
Yeah.
That's why they keep on beating Fnatic from time to time, because they're not letting their Fnatic star players do what they're supposed to do, which is, go out and get kills.
I think you're absolutely right there. You saw them against Na'Vi as well. Like, Na'Vi was struggling to even get information on the map, let alone any kills. Walking up short on Dust 2, not able to find anything whatsoever, being forced into executions they weren't sure about. And that's what TSM is so good at. They've got very good, unpredictable setups, especially on their CT side. It's just really hard to play against. And going in, I'm sure they've done their homework, but until you play against it, it's hard to actually predict what's actually going to happen to you.
And just finally to echo Jordan's sentiments there in the interview on stage, where he said, look, it's what we talked about at the start of the broadcast, right? People keep making excuses about why our wins don't count. Well, that one counts.
Definitely.
It's inarguable now.
They made Fnatic look like a tier 2 team on one of their best maps, Mirage. And they don't even play Mirage. That just speaks for itself.
Yep, there we go. So look, thanks a lot for your thoughts, gentlemen. It's been a real pleasure talking to you. We're going to take a 20-minute break, and then we're going to be back in the studio hyping up the grand final. It is Cloud9, yes, Cloud9, versus TSM in the final at DreamHack Valencia. We will see you soon.